Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you are well. My name is Bola. If you're coming across this channel for the very first time, you are welcome. So very quickly, before I go to the topic of today, I'll be talking about a very important discussion regarding married couple staying apart. Married couples staying apart. And I just thought about this topic because of the recent incident that happened. The news was all over the internet about a lady who passed, a music maker. She was a gospel singer. She passed, and we saw all those issues that came up after her demise. Okay, so and after listening to the back and forth of the story, we saw how the husband came out to share his own side of the story. I just concluded that these issues already originated because of the couples were living apart. Apparently, they never lived together, maybe for so long, or they never lived together at all. So let us now look at the risk involves married couple living apart. Okay, of course, there are some instances where some married couples they agree together, they on agreements to live apart. Those aside for those ones that both husband and wife are in agreement to live apart. And there are some other ones that probably after coming together as a couple, the need arises for one party to relocate, probably to travel either for schooling or for greener pasture, and the other party have to stay back. This is also a point that could lead to a married couple living apart. Of course, if your partner is saying he wants to go for greener pasture, you won't be an hindrance to his progress. You would want to let him go. Then after a while, uh, of course, you're working towards joining him as well. Or if he's going for schooling, of course, you're working towards joining him as well. But what could be the risk involved uh, for married couple that lives apart? The risk involved married couple living apart. So I let us take it from the very beginning. Before you came together as a couple, if you are intending to come together as a couple, if you are a brother or a sister, and this brother is trying to propose to sister B, brother A is proposing to sister B, you look at the location. Brother A is living in a different state, as the sister is also living in another state. Before you agree to come together as a couple, there are so many issues that you need to sit down together to discuss. You have to look at, after our marriage, are we still going to be living apart? Or if we say we want to come together, who is going to leave the job for who? You have to talk about who is earning more. Probably the person earning more will still have to keep the job, or whose job who can get transfer on their job, on his or her job. You have to look at that as well. Or the cost of living in a particular location. If the sister has the lower cost of living, will the brother be willing to move down to the sister's place, or who has the higher tendency of getting another job after leaving the present job? You just have to come together and discuss this holistically. You have to talk about it. Otherwise, after marriage, it can lead to issues. There can be crisis if all this discussion are not being done. And of course, putting into consideration about some people, after probably if the one of the partners live abroad, and they believe, okay, after the marriage we're just going to put in for your visa, then you shouldn't take time. you would come and join me? And what if the visa process takes longer than expected? These are the issues as well that we have to, those are circumstances that's beyond what we can handle. Otherwise, during that period of living apart, during that period of living apart, what are the risks that could involve married couple living apart? Number one, communication. It can lead to communication breakdown. If a married couple live apart, they might not be frequent communication as a face-to-face thing. If a married couple live apart, probably one person is the type that doesn't love to call, and the other person, even if the other party is calling, and if the other person is at work, they're not picking the calls and all of that, communication can break down. And if you don't talk as often as you ought to, it can lead to crack in the wall. You know what I mean? It's number two, it can lead to loneliness. All what your routine is: wake up, go to work, come back home, all by yourself. And you don't your partner is not around, you are running around doing all the stuff by yourself. It can lead to loneliness. Okay, so these are the issues that involve married couple living apart. Number three, there will be loss of intimacy will be reduced. It might lead to reduction in intimacy in the sense of you know going to Jerusalem, huddle room. The reason why we are coming together as a married couple is for intimacy. And if especially those partners that they don't even go back maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it's understandable. I know a couple of people that relocated their family abroad, and they still come to visit as often. They come maybe every 3 months, like 3 times in a year, 4 times in a year. They still come and as often. It's still understandable. And some people, and of course, they pay each other visits. It is still understandable. But for some people, they tell you they're married, and the partner they never visited maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. These are what I'm talking about. It can lead to a big problem. Intimacy will be reduced, and God forbid, it can lead to adultery. The other party can just feel like, oh, my partner is not here, let me just go for another lady or something. And before you know it, the attention is being shifted away from their partner to the new person they are seeing now. So, and it can break up a marriage. It can break up the marriage. So loss of intimacy, communication gap. It can widen communication gap, can lead to loneliness. Even financially, it can become a burden, because you are now, instead of having just one financial it can increase financial burden. How do I mean? Where you are living, you have to pay for rent, pay for bills, and also you'll be paying bills of on the other partner, maybe on your wife as well. So you are paying for two house rents, you have to settle them. Yeah, you have to settle it. So financially, it is draining. It can be draining financially, especially even when kids, let's take for instance that you guys have got kids together, and one party, the wife, let's just say the children are with the wife, so the wife have to be the one that will wake up, take those kids to school, go to work, come back, pick them. It's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. And it can just, and the children, they would say, oh, then they don't, they never saw their father take them to school. And the relationship you build with your kids while they were little, live with them. If other kids are saying, oh, I enjoy the company of both of my parents, they'll say, oh, my dad was, even though you are paying their school fees, you are doing all of that, but because physically you've been absent, they would come out say, oh, I never enjoyed, my dad was never around, probably for parent meeting, or those activities that goes on in the school that require parents to be in attendance, and it's only the mother or whoever is having the kids is always attending the events. These are the things that stays with the kid for long. So you can add to the list the risk that involves a couple staying together, staying apart, the risk that involves couple living apart. Before you know it, it can lead to a big gap. What of lack of trust? It can, if the other person just hear any if maybe a female voice around the husband, she can say, oh, where are you? Let me have a video call with you, let me know where. Lack of trust can lead to lack of trust, and once trust is being broken, it is always difficult to build it up. So these are the dangers that involves married couple. The list is not is endless. I just put those ones together. You can add to the list, and let the discussion continues in the comment section. And let us try, if possible, try to, is either you relocate your family to wherever you are, or if just try to balance it. If it's still not possible for them to move with you, just try to visit as often as you can. Try to visit, be present in the lives of your children. Let them know that yes, daddy is always around as well, mommy too is always around. Just let us try to balance it, so that all these little it will not, all these little issues will not turn to something big in the future. Because when I was listening to all of the back and forth going on social media regarding this said lady, I believe that it is because of that foundational issue of not living together at the early stage of the marriage that led to the big crack it resulted to something big, that was they were unable to, I don't know, I don't want to go into, maybe they resolved it later or not. So but I am here to just discuss on the risk involved married couple not living together. So as couple, let us try as much as possible to work things together. Let us work things together. Let us be in agreement. Let us plan together as married couple. And it is beautiful to live together. At least when you are sleeping, you are waking up, you are seeing your spouse beside you. You'll be able to move forward. You'll be able to plan life together. If one party, if one party is down, the other party can lift him up. Not that, oh, my husband is not around, then I can go out with friends. By going out with friends, you might even want, you might lose interest in that marriage again, because the man is not even always around. So these are the risks involved in married couple not living together. And I understand, I've said it earlier, that some couple, they just want it like that, they don't want to live together. It is their decision, they are adults. We respect their decision. But some people, it's because of the circumstances that they cannot help, because of the incidents that just happened beyond what they could just help. So it is still understandable. But in as much as all these issues, let us try to adjust to, I think it is best, in my own decision, I think it is best for married couple to live together. I think it is best for married couple to live together. All right, till I come your way again, let the discussion continue. Leave me a comment. What do you think about this topic? Do you think it is good? Do you just leave me a comment, and I'm going to be reading your comments and answering your comments. Till I come your way again on another interesting topic. Stay blessed. God bless. Bye.